Uh, Professor Drew Landry says, "How fun was it to call the best of seven series between Booker T and Benoit? Of course, you were there really for the OG best of seven series back in the day with
Yeah,
Magnum and Nikita. What did you
yeah.
think of this version?"
I remember the Magnum and Nikita one much more than I remember the Booker T and Benoit one. I just do, and isn't that odd?
Were you more excited just about the business in general and wrestling in general in '86 as opposed to '98?
Yeah, because I was
Newer
not
to it,
I was newer to it, and I was not that far away from my fandom.
right?
As we go into this era, the further a distance you get away from the fandom, the more it becomes a business. Then it just becomes um, something that you love. I think
Would you say,
I think EW rekindled that for me. My love of the business, even though the business is much different than it was back then.
do you think you were jaded?
Back then,
No, I mean, like, what year do you think? Like, I mean, we all know you get jaded to wrestling. Like,
yeah,
you get jaded to anything, you're around it enough. It just
yeah,
you sort of
right,
take it for granted. You don't mean to. It's just the natural course of things.
yeah. I guess it was around 99, 2000
Yeah.
that I got jaded. I think that I think the pressure of of the Monday Night Wars and then losing the ratings to the WWE, I think got to me. It didn't really get to me personally because I never really followed the ratings that much. But the people who did uh, felt the pressure and thus I've told the story that one day Eric looked at me and says, "How much weight have you gained?"
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, I've gained some. I always gain weight. Uh, and what does that have to do with anything? Okay. You're really, I was thinking in my mind, he's really reaching at shit. And the pressure of that changed how he dealt with people and changed how he was backstage and changed how people were backstage. And thus it became a much, a much more unpleasant atmosphere backstage. And that had an impact on me in my life.